This podcast is brought to you by the Arizona Lottery, presented by Arizona Lottery. Don't forget to get out and buy your holiday scratchers with the venerable Jason Scheer. I am merely Mike Luke. I've got my Chick-fil-A in hand. It has been a good day. Jason Scheer, what have you had lunch? What did you eat for lunch? What did you wash it down with?
I haven't ate anything today. That's why.
Scheer's on the diet. I am not on the diet, so we will. But we have a lot to get to here. First, I got a bone to pick with you, Scheer. You messed something up, and I don't like what you did on your own message board.
Oh, I know what you're talking about already.
All right, here's the deal. We're leading.
I know.
We are leading with the best news possible. As awesome as this recruiting class is, we're going to break down a lot of this. But the biggest thing is Big Bill Norton is back in the fold. The man, the leader in the trenches. Jason Scheer put on there that he said Bill Norton is back. Scheer, after all of this talk about Big Bill Norton, when you had the time to strike, you didn't.
Yeah, you're right. I accept full responsibility.
All right. It's not going to happen again, correct?
It's a big pickup, though. I mean, I call it a pickup. You know, I would have liked it. I still want to hear it from Bill himself. Hopefully we'll do that next week. But
right.
I mean, Anson was surprised. Like, yeah, why wouldn't he come back? That was pretty much what it sounded like.
All right, we got a lot to get to this show. We're going to go player by player. We have highlights from the great Jacob Franklin as well. But first, I want to tell people this. I know this might sound like crap to some people. I don't care because I'm right. The first thing is with I believe with coaches that they earn their credits, they earn their credibility. So when Rich Rod would say, don't worry about the rankings. These are all okay G's. And when every player is a Maurice Lee that looks like me and never does anything, I'm not going to really take that at face value. Jedd Fisch has built a good percentage of this team based off overlooked three-star players that they have developed in that Kyle Whittingham mode. You just look at the famed 2022 class. Everybody talks about T-Mac, rightfully so. Noah Fafita, 3-star, not a lot of offers. Jacob Manu, 3-star, not a lot of offers. Wendell Moy, 2-star. Takario Davis, not a lot of offers. I give him, if whatever he thinks at this stage and this staff thinks, I'm in on Scheer.
Yeah, I mean, look, I fully understand the disappointment in this class as it stands now. And I think part of it is people assume that the success of this season would translate to this class. And I've said this before, but usually it's a class ahead. So the success of this season should translate to the 2025 class. If the 2025 class is bad, I would be very surprised. But you got to trust the evaluation of the staff. I mean, they've shown enough. They've earned it. Like you mentioned, there's been multiple guys that aren't ranked very highly or weren't ranked very highly that turned out to be the best contributors in Arizona history. The guys that have been ranked the highest are the ones that have fallen the hardest for the most part. So, I mean, you got to trust the staff and you got to realize that, you know, recruiting is different now. Like the transfer portal makes everything different. It's how your class looks in August versus how your class looks in December.
All right, everybody likes the star system, so we're going to start with the highest-rated players. There's 3 players that we're going to focus on here. DeMond Williams, first and foremost. Great Jacob Franklin. If you could maybe pull up these highlights from DeMond Williams. Best quarterback in the entire state of Arizona. I got to give your right-hand man, Scott Schlittenhardt, a lot of credit on this one. Even when DeMond was committed to Ole Miss, he said, don't worry, he's going to come to the U of A. He stood resolute. And this kid's a big-time talent. Again, he's a little shorter in college. I don't really care about that. He's got a big arm. He can move around. There is a lot to like about him. Do we know, is he an early enrollee, though?
Yes, he is.
All right. That is a very good thing. Again, this is Noah Fafita's job for as long as Noah Fafita's here. But a couple years, a redshirt year, and some some strength training, DeMond Williams is going to be ready to go. He's a big-time pickup.
Yeah, this is another one of those cases where even though he was committed to Ole Miss, if DeMond Williams was 6'1", 6'2", he would literally have had his choice of any school in the country. He's mobile, but he's not a running quarterback. He's just mobile. And in high school, it works well. He can really throw the ball. His mechanics are good. Today, he announced that he's been invited and accepted an invite to the Army All-American Bowl. So that's going to be pretty cool. He's going to be on national television as an Arizona signee. The kid is really good, and I would assume that he is the future of this position. We've mentioned it before, Mike, but Noah Fafita. Now you have Damon Williams. Braden Dorman was highly rated. They have Dash Barely, who's probably going to be a 4-star commit when it's all said and done in the 2025 class. Jedd Fisch in quarterbacks. He just recruits them at a high level.
We will not ever worry about quarterbacks, wide receivers, or running backs as long as Jedd Fisch is here at the University of Arizona. I think that I speak for you on that one, Jason Shears. Is true.
Yes, it is true.
Yes. And Damon,
is true, Mike.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right. Now, speaking of which, I tell you this, so I can tell you this. Jordan Washington, kid out of Los Angeles, maybe the fastest player in the country. A lot of people have asked me, is he kind of like Speedy Luke? A little bit, kind of the same type of build. Obviously a little bit undersized, but super, super fast. I don't know that I see him contributing this coming year because I think that's going to be Speedy's bailiwick, but Brandon Johnson in there as well. But this kid's also got a big time future, and I think Scotty Graham has got to be very happy to be working with this young man.
As fast as Speedy Luke is, Washington's actually faster. Like he's like right. he really is faster. I mean, he is as fast as it gets for a football player, and it's there's track speed and there's football speed. He maybe it wouldn't surprise me if he found a way on the field as a freshman because of his ability, but he's a dude where he was just on, like you see in the highlights, there wasn't anyone in his league that could touch him. I mean, it just wasn't happening. He is a very highly rated player for a reason.
And I got to give the coaching staff a lot of credit on this young man because there were a lot of schools, you and I both know who, that were recruiting this guy till the very end, hoping to be able to flip him because, again, you watch the highlights, you see his rankings. I mean, this isn't an OKG. This is a player that could have gone pretty much anywhere he wanted to a certain extent, maybe not the Bamas of the world, but you get what I'm saying. And Arizona was able to hold on to him. It's almost like they continued to recruit him after he committed, Jason Shear.
Yeah, and what's interesting about Jordan Washington is like he was one of the first signees. Like he signed early, and yeah, there were schools that were coming after him. This is a kid where you wonder why UCLA and USC weren't on him more, and they'll look back on it and wonder why they weren't on him more also. And he's really good. And like you mentioned again, like we don't worry about the running back room under Jedd Fisch.
We don't worry about it, and Jedd Fisch has certainly given us the reason. Now, somebody that I've multiple people have told me they believe will be the best player in this class. And again, it's all fluid. Take it for what it's worth. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what. Rahshawn Clark. I had something was stuck in my throat. Rahshawn Clark out of Seattle. He's coming in here as a cornerback, 4-star kid, depending on where you look at on the services. Here's what we have to realize, ladies and gentlemen. We're not used to having players leave early for the NFL. There is a very distinct possibility that Ephesians Prysock and Takario Davis could both be first, second, or third round picks next year. Arizona has to be able to get players in here that can stick in and that can make it, that can essentially come in and be that extra player. Rahshawn Clark is that dude, along with Jordan Shaw, who we're going to get to in a little bit. This is a very, very nice pickup, and it would not surprise me at all if he does turn out to be the best player in this class.
So it was interesting today during the press conference. Jedd Fisch said, the reason we loaded up on corners and secondary players because we're losing our whole secondary after next season. And he goes, well, definitely the safeties. Like they're absolutely planning for Davis and Prysock to be, early entrants. And if they're not, awesome. And if they are, you be prepared for it. Rahshawn Clark is a bad dude. I mean, He is really, really good. They add him. They add Shaw. Like, and the thing with even Shaw that you said mentioned, and these guys are young. Like they're not, and that's the difference between high school and portal and all that. Like, I don't know how much Clark is going to play as a freshman, but I know that he's really good. He's got great ball skills. He's not afraid to hit, and he wanted to be a wide receiver at Cal, and Arizona did a nice job of selling him on why his pro career is at corner. He accepted it, and they got a very, very good one.
All right, now You might say to yourself, could I bet on Arizona in the future? Well, thanks for asking that question. Yes, you can. The BetMGM Sportsbook app. Sign up for BetMGM. Use bonus code PHNX. Place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through BetMGM Sportsbook mobile app of at least $10. If that bet loses, your bonus bets will be available once your initial wager is settled. Check out the show notes for details. Again, put down $10 into your BetMGM Sportsbook account and place your first wager and receive up to $1,500 back. Let's hear from Shane Dievenbach.
Problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., New York, or Ontario.
All right, now, Arizona Lottery as well. We want to help you guys get money so that you can have the kind of couch that Jason Scheer has. Go out and buy your holiday scratchers today. Find a retailer like our friends at Circle K near you at Arizonalottery.com. Must be 21 years or up. Scratchers start at just $1. Top prizes up to $500,000. All right, now a player that I want to get to that I think has been a little bit overlooked, but I think was very, very fascinating. And by the way, we're going to get to all of your questions. Dylan Tapley. I like Tapley a great deal. Committed to ASU for the longest of times. Also broken by your right-hand man that he was going to become a Wildcat. He's just a big dude. He fits into what Arizona wants as far as a bigger guys. If we're going to miss, we're going to miss with big guys. Can certainly project as kind of a possession type player. I'm a big fan of this kid, Skier.
Yeah, I like him a lot. You know, he says that the coaching staff has basically said that he's going to be like Kyle Pitts, a big wide receiver, could split to tight end. He said his body, if he grows, he could see himself as more of a Tanner McLaughlin type. So there's versatility with him. Arizona referred to him more as a tight end, or at least Fish did today. But he's a guy where you can, he's versatile. Like that's one of the themes of this class. You could put Tapley at tight end. You could split him at wide receiver. He's a guy that they're going to find a variety of ways to use.
Yes. And again, he's a good athlete, not a great athlete. Probably, like you said, probably going to be a tight end, but also a really, really big guy. Also, very nice to get him out of Phoenix. This is a player that no matter what ASU says, ASU wanted this guy. Your loss, our gain. Ha, 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 ha. All right. Speaking of in-state, let's keep it with the in-state kids. All right. I've had a lot of questions about the Apollo kids. First of all, that sounds like an interest, like a rock band, the Apollo Kids, but not highly rated. But this also goes back to what we've been talking about from day one, that if Jedd Fisch is going to miss, Jedd Fisch is going to miss big. Look at all of these dudes right here. I mean, you look at Matthew Lato, 6'6", 260 pounds. Adam Muhammad at running back, 6 foot, 195 already. And then you got Michael Watkins as well, 6'3", 285. Again, big dudes across the board. Again, if you're going to miss big.
Yeah, I mean, like you look at Matthew Lato, he's kind of raw as a prospect, but you figure with the college weight program and all that, all of a sudden he's 6'6", 300 pounds.
Right.
So, like you find a way. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad for an offensive lineman. Adam Muhammad is another guy they like quite a bit. They look for production. Production in high school is important to this coaching staff. I know that might sound silly, but some coaching staffs don't look at production. They look at, the ceiling and all that. But all three of these guys produce at a high level. Adam Muhammad produced at a high level, and one of the reasons he did it were those two linemen, and so Arizona went out and got the three.
Dick Talisker, great name. Love this name. Call them the Apollo 3. I like that. We have the Servite 4 and the Apollo 3. I like that quite a bit. All right, now let's talk about some of the transfers here, because then we're going to get back into it. We're going hopscotching around the board, ladies and gentlemen, hopscotching around the board. Jordan Shaw, I expect Jordan Shaw to be a multi-year starter at the U of A. And I think that that's probably going to start next year. Scheer is rolling his eyes at me. I can tell that is the sign that Scheer agrees with me. Scheer.
No, I was looking at something. I mean, he's not going to start this season, but the season after.
I didn't say that.
Season after. Yeah. I mean, he's and here's the key with me. Like, you're getting him. He redshirted. So even though he's not a freshman and a true freshman or whatever, he's got the 4 years to play, right?
Right.
And so you basically, it's almost like adding a high school recruit with a little bit of a head start. And he played in the 4 games last year. He was very good in high school. For whatever reason, he wound up at Indiana. But this is a guy who is just as good. As I don't want to say as good as any corner on Arizona's roster, but you look at like his transfer ranking, it's an 89. He's good. Like he was a borderline 4-star type of guy out of high school.
What also fascinates me is, again, Jedd Fisch not going after the Smurfs, not going after the Mike Lukes and Jason Shears of the world, going after bigger dudes. Again, he's on the short end of the spectrum here for your corners, and he's merely 6 foot. Again, if they're going to miss, they're going to miss big. I like that mentality. Everything I've heard about him, though, is that he's a very good player. It is odd to me how he ended up at Indiana. What is the backstory on that?
I don't know.
Are you going to Google this and say, you should just tweet at him right now. Jordan Shaw, why were you at Indiana to begin with? You're too good.
I'm going to look. You give me.
All right. I'll talk with you.
You look pretty. And let's talk about, did you see Oregon listed Elijah Rushing as a linebacker?
I did see that. All right. Let's get through the transfers, and then I want to go back to Rushing.
Shaw was committed to Colorado, and he was, him and Dion didn't really click it sounds like.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll take it. Dion didn't click with Taylor Upshaw either, and that. All right. Let's talk about Elijah Rushing for a second. I've watched Elijah Rushing for probably about 6 or 7 years. He is 1,000% not a linebacker. He is a
maybe it means like Isaiah Ward is kind of like a linebacker because he's a rush end. Maybe that's what they're going for.
Elijah Rushing is a very technically sound player. He is not a next level athlete. I do not see him. I do not see him ever playing linebacker. Like I said, wish the kid well. Hope he does. Hope he does well. His dad can get lost, but hope he does well. But I don't see that at linebacker. Okay, Chubba May, merely 6'2", 355 pounds. Here's where I'm at. With Big Bill Norton coming back, and we're just going to take it at face value that Big Bill Norton's coming back. Big Bill Norton, Chubba May, can we go with a 2-down lineman look where both of them take up 2 blockers, 2.5 blockers apiece?
I think they want to get Chubba down to like 340. He's like 370 now. They want to get him at a little bit lighter, 350. But he is a massive human being. And like you mentioned, Arizona will never lack size on the offensive and defensive line. You put him and Norton together, they'll probably add more size. Butler's 300 pounds too.
Right.
Size will not be a problem.
All right, Dick Talisker, the great Dick Talisker after this one. You fellas have been great all season. Here's some Del Taco money for you guys. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Great quote. By the way, Jason Shear does not go to Del Taco. This will all go to myself. Oh, I keep hitting. Sorry, Jacob Franklin.
Mike went to Del Taco when we stayed together in Phoenix, and I'm pretty sure if I recall the order, it was like 3 burritos and a milkshake.
Yeah. Oh, no. We went to Taco Bell, and I got 5 cheesy double beef burritos, 2 orders of nachos, and then we got a milkshake, I believe, from, I think it was Wendy's.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was good. And I felt very good the next morning. I have no problem with it. Cast Iron Stomach Club. All right, but Chubba May, again, awesome. By the way, we've come a long ways from the games when we would be on the field before the game, and when PJ, who is the kid that played in the NFL for a couple years that under Rich Rod?
Oh, PJ Johnson?
PJ Johnson. All right, PJ Johnson was a good player. Not a great player, but he was a good player. He looked like an absolute monster compared to the rest of the players. He would look like another guy now, Sheer.
Yeah, 100%. It's look, we love the guy. We always bring him up. We love him. The Parker Zellers is,
yeah.
I mean,
Parker Zellers. Hey, wait. Oh, well, I was going to say, hey, watch this real quick. Hold on. Here, the great Jacob Franklin. Hello, Jacob Franklin. Oh, all right. Well, I thought he was going to say something. Jacob, I just let you out, and then you came back in. Hello, Jacob. All right. All right. Now, let's talk Jack Luttrell. This is the epitome of the three-star kid. And again, I'm ecstatic about all of these guys because you need to remember, people, this is not blowing smoke. This staff has shown that they know what they're doing. Jack Luttrell, transfer from Tennessee, another guy, three-star, that had a ton of really good offers. Again, this isn't the low-end three-star where it's Arizona and Idaho State and SMU or Washington State in their West Coast Conference. We'll make fun of them at the end of the show. But again, another dude, hard-hitting, put him in the secondary, see what he can do.
Well, look, dude, like the coaching staff recruits transfers only that it has a connection with. The connection was that Dwayne Aquino wanted this guy at Stanford. If Dwayne Aquino wants you, and Dwayne's not a big recruiter. I don't mean that as a bad thing. He's not a huge recruiter. If Dwayne says that's a kid I want, and then he hits the portal and Dwayne says that's still a kid I want, you say, okay, Dwayne, we're gonna go get him then. And that's what happened.
Is there a Jacob Franklin? Jacob Franklin, do you drink? Somebody asked Jacob Franklin if he. I don't think Jacob Franklin drinks.
No,
Mesa native Jacob Franklin is not drinking. I don't think. All right. So there's that. All right. There's that. By the way, Brandon Phelps talking about more in-state kids. By the way, do you want to share? Do you want to apologize to Dwayne Aquino again?
No. Well, for what?
Sheer. When I told you that it was a home run hire, you did not agree with me.
I never said that. I said he wasn't a big recruiter. He's not.
You said we didn't need another old white guy. That's what you said.
I don't bring race into it. That's you.
Oh, stop.
By the way, my mom said, hey, I saw Mike's tweet. I was laughing. Yeah, my mom saw your Purdue tweet.
It's true. Stop leaving white people open, man. I made a killing off that.
It sounds really bad. Hopefully I can say this.
Yeah.
Does Alabama have any white guys?
I don't think so. I was looking at their depth chart.
On their whole roster, right?
Yeah, I don't think so, man. There's not. It's Purdue. It's definitely different going from Purdue to Alabama.
Yeah,
that's
sure. It's way different.
Yeah. By the way, you're heading up there, right?
I am so tired, but I'm headed up there.
Oh yeah, no rest for the weary. I will be taking a nap while you drive, loser. All right, Brandon Phelps is an interesting player for me, because not highly rated. Wide receiver out of American Leadership Academy in Gilbert, Jacob Franklin's neck of the woods, Gilbert, Arizona. But I mean, when a guy catches for 3,000 yards and with 285 catches, you got to at least make,
It's not the highest level, but the numbers are just stupid. The numbers are just absolutely insane. I've watched the film. He's an athletic freak. It's not like right. And he has other offers. That's the key. Again, we always look at other offers. ASU, Michigan State, that's good enough for me.
Colorado State.
Yeah, if you have Power 5 offers, I usually won't complain about taking a 3-star guy.
Are we saying the 24/7 underrated him, Sheer? You guys have him as the 155th best wide receiver. Can you sit here and say that Greg Biggins is wrong on this?
That's not Biggins State. Biggins doesn't do Arizona. I'm looking at Arizona. I'm looking at Arizona right now.
What are you looking at?
I don't know. He should probably be a little higher. But the state this year is good.
The state's really good this year. I have absolutely no problem. He's again. So we will take
25th in the state, but the guys ahead of him are going to Kansas, Iowa State, Utah, Oregon, Notre Dame, Ole Miss. I mean, yeah, it's tough.
People, we are going to make fun of UCLA basketball. Do not worry about this. I assure you of this. But first, something we would never make fun of, the BetMGM parlay. I am taking Arizona to cover against Alabama, and I am also I am. And I'm also taking Duke to beat Baylor. That's my BetMGM parlay. What say you, Skier?
I'm jumping on the Duke bandwagon. Man, Arizona, 7, is it 7.5 now?
Yeah, last I looked, it was 7.5, yes.
It feels like a lot.
All right, so you're taking Bama in your parlay then?
No, I picked Arizona by 8 in my breakdown, and I'm a man of my word.
Either way, you're back in the A, whoever you pick.
Yeah, well, I always back the A. I mean, that's not even, I don't even know. I'm looking at odds now. It's 7 now.
Right. 7?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, do
North Carolina. There's a lot of good games on tonight. North Carolina, Oklahoma.
I had no clue that Oklahoma was ranked 7th in the country.
I didn't either. So I just looked.
No, I had no clue because a guy was tweeting at me yesterday, and he says, well, the Big 12's not going to be as good because Texas and Oklahoma are leaving in basketball. I said, who cares about Oklahoma? And then he says, well, they're ranked 7th. I had no clue.
Do you know why I'm leaving early? Jacob, get in here. We got Northwestern only -4 against ASU.
Oh, Jacob, you're hopping in here, Jacob. Jacob, come on.
I'm going to that game. Do you know Northwestern's ranked?
I'm bringing Jacob in. Jacob's in. Hello,
that's
Jacob.
Yeah.
Trying to shoot trying to shoot Max with a Nerf gun.
Jacob, bigger fish. Come on, let's
talk
talk
tonight.
ASU Northwestern, Jacob.
You know what? I'll go ASU.
Look at you.
Dude, all right, so you're back in the A as well then, Jacob Franklin. Oh, he left again. Jacob Franklin, camera shy today. I do not like
I'm going to watch that game. I don't have to be in Phoenix until like 8. I'm going early.
All right, is Bruce Bruce. Oh, Bruce is going to be there. Get me Bruce.
I'm going to try to get Bruce to cheer for Northwestern. That's my goal. That's the real reason I'm getting there early.
Can you get Bruce if you got Bruce to actually cheer, that would be great.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to get out. All right, now let's see here. What else should I read? Oh, Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Sure, you're going up there. You're going to go buy Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Do you know what it looks like?
Yeah, it looks like a casino.
Yeah, well, it does, but it's got these really cool blue waves on it as well. So again, check it out. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Let me find the disclaimer. All right, where are we at? Okay. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit play@gila.com for more details. Again, an authentic experience. Nothing fake about the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. We like that. All right. We also want Sheer to drive safe. All right, now let's get back to some players here that we need to be talking about. Bryce Butler. I remember when I first saw Bryce Butler, I'll be honest with you, and it said that he was 6'5". I was thinking of like the uber 5-star wide receiver that committed to SC or like Tennessee or somebody like that.
I think he's in the Cowboys now, isn't he?
Is he in the NFL?
I think he's in the NFL, but he doesn't play.
Well, either way, I was thinking, I'm like, there is no way that dude's still in college. And how did I not know about this? Then I saw that he was 295. I'm like, man, he's really bulked. And then I saw that it clearly wasn't him. Bryce Butler, another massive individual, top 40 JUCO kid. Again, size.
I asked Nansen about JUCO in general and Carroll today, and they said there's some diamonds in the rough. No one really pays attention to JUCO anymore. But then Nansen talked about Butler, and you could just tell like his face lit up. Like he likes Butler. He said Butler is a 3 technique that he's used to. They can play him inside. They can play him outside. You could tell that he believes that Butler is going to play early. I mean, just by it wasn't BS. I mean, he got legitimately excited talking about this kid.
Yes, very good. All right, Pacifico Light. All I'm going to say is this. Nothing to worry about. Just know that sometimes Sheer likes to use the term optics. Sheer's 2 favorite words are optics and numerous. Sheer likes numerous optics in every play.
That's true.
Any update? Just don't worry about it. There's numerous optics in play here.
Optics.
Optics.
It's all about optics.
Optics, my friends. All right, speaking of optics, one thing we never need to worry about is we talked about wide receiver and another guy, Audric Harris out of Bishop Gorman. 6 foot 175, had some nice offers. I think the wide receiver room is going to be absolutely packed. I am more than okay with him redshirting. We're going to get to the wide receivers here. What do you think about Audric Harris?
Jedd Fisch shouted him out. He was asked about possible early contributors, and he pointed Audric Harris to a guy that he really likes. Bishop Gorman plays good competition. When you put up numbers like he did, that's a big deal. He's ranked third in the state of Nevada over some other solid players. I like him quite a bit. It wouldn't surprise me if he redshirted, but you never know. And I think Arizona's going to go out and get another wide receiver too. So he probably will redshirt. But again, it goes back to what we said in the beginning. Wide receiver room, not worried about it.
Raheem Wright. And no, we're not going to talk about Chance Comanche. I'm going
to go on a little rant. I have people on Twitter being like, are you talking about Chance? On the message board, we talk. I'm not having public conversations where we go through like the police report and stuff. What he did sucks very clearly. That's the conversation. Like, it's awful.
I don't know what there is to discuss. And I get people too that are like a gotcha. Oh, you're a homer. You're not discussing it. What's there to discuss? Like, if he did this, the dude should go to jail the rest of his life.
Yeah, like, what do you want me to analyze it? Because he's an Arizona player? That doesn't excuse what he did.
Right. Yeah. I mean, no. Yes. Yeah, there's nothing there. I don't understand. And people think it's like this gotcha. This Washington State dweeb was coming at me the other day, or a lot of them out there. And he's like, oh, I noticed you guys haven't talked about Chance Comanche. He says longtime U of A player Chance Comanche. Long
Yes,
time.
someone else tweeted about that today at me. It's like, how come you're not talking about Chance? What do you want me to say? And I
Right.
am. Like,
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't. I don't know what else to say. Other than that, we will not address Chance Comanche. That is all he gets, other than the fact that he has a cool name, but that's about it. All right, Raheem Wright. Raheem Wright's an interesting guy. I imagine he's going to be somewhere in the secondary, another player that I think is going to redshirt, but also about 6'1", 180, played some pretty good football at Rancho Cucamonga, top 75 kid in California. The ultimate, there's something to work with there.
I don't think he's going to redshirt based on what
Really?
Matt Doherty called him the sleeper of the class today, because he said he could play corner, safety, linebacker, and he knows the positions really well. All three of them, understands everything. And so he's a guy where it sounds like even if it's on special teams, he's going to play in some capacity. They like him quite a bit.
All right, I'll believe it when I see it. I don't buy it. All right, Stacey Bay. Also, I like Stacey Bay. Been committed for quite a while. Needs to bulk up a little bit. Pretty instinctive dude. Not the biggest guy in the world, but again, also a Rancho Cucamonga kid. Nice, some decent offers as well. Going to be an interesting guy to see how he goes.
I like Bay a lot. I think if you were to ask me who some of the highest upside guys in the class that Arizona signed, he'd be up there. I like him quite a bit. I don't know how much he'll be ready to play as a freshman. Put on a little muscle, put on some, strength, some size. I like him quite a bit at linebacker.
What also caught my attention about him is that he had a legitimate Florida State offer. A legitimate offer where he was actually being recruited by Florida State, not one of these paper offers when you're a freshman. So that caught my attention as well. I like Stacey Bay. Sheer, we're actually in agreement on this.
And here's something I look for also. You look for guys like Stacey Bay played running back and put up numbers at running back. And then he was dominant at linebacker. And Raheem Wright played multiple positions. That's a big deal in high school because it shows an understanding of both sides of the ball. Clark is another one. Cal wanted Clark as a wide receiver. Arizona wanted him as a corner. Like it is a thing that if you're looking for elite prospects, you absolutely look beyond the line. You absolutely look for skill players that play both sides of the ball.
All right. Have I told you about Desert Financial Credit Union?
Please do, Mike.
All right, here's the deal. I'm glad that you did that. Desert Financial Credit Union. When you open a free checking account online, get $200 in bonuses. Get started for free or by visiting desertfinancial.com/200. Again, these are for the people, by the people. They are on the grassroots movement. Check it out, Desert Financial Credit Union. And one more reader, Circle K. Circle K. Sheer, are you going to be going by Circle K on your way up to Phoenix to hang out with Jacob Franklin?
I would assume there will be various Circle Ks.
Have you ever heard of the Inner Circle?
I am a member of the Inner Circle.
Are you a member of the Inner Circle? No.
I am.
Oh, Cody James Martin, I believe, is as well. Very good call to be a member of the Inner Circle. Get cheaper gas, people. You know the deal. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. All right, now let's get back to the rest of this class here because Shear's got to leave, and I need to take a nap before the game.
Brielle's currently pointing out. I wanted to point out Brielle here because she's standing right in front of me. She can't come on, but the women are getting hammered right now. The women's basketball.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I'm staying out of that one, man.
Hammered. Brielle follows women's basketball. She just held the phone up to me. It's 20 points according to Brielle.
Is Gonzaga even good at basketball?
Yeah, they're ranked.
Okay.
They're ranked 20th in the country. So 62-44. So Brielle's on top of this.
You know what Brielle doesn't like though? My fart jokes.
Yeah, it's
No, I tried these are funny fart jokes, and she never laughs at him, and she just tells me to stop.
Brielle's mature. How old are you? She's a very mature 10-year-old.
Sheer, you laugh at him though. Fart jokes.
I laugh at all your jokes, Mike, because I feel that even if they're not funny, it makes you feel better about yourself.
Jacob Franklin, have you ever said a fart joke? Jacob?
Jacob's probably never even farted in his life.
Jacob probably hasn't farted. Do they fart in Mesa?
All
right.
Jacob, can you make that a clip so I could tweet it, please? Thank you.
We're talking about Jacob Franklin's flatulence on the signing day show. Oh.
Well, good night, everyone. Have a great day. We're
all right. Now, hey, Michael Lev has just said that he backs the A. I just put on there, I said, Ali Farhang is a guy that gets it, and he says, I'm always backing the A. Then Michael Lev says, if Ali is the A, I will back the A. Michael Lev has just broken ground and said that he is part of the back the A movement.
Big deal. We are not messing around anymore.
We are not messing around. All right, let's get back to some players here because we still got to make fun of UCLA before we sign off here. They're going to land Butler? No, here's the deal with Butler. Arizona felt very, very good about it. The players all signed off on it. There's some other stuff going on. But Washington offered. Right now, I would expect him to end up at Washington.
You know what? I'm gonna hedge that a little bit, Mike. It is not a lock per Greg Biggins as of like an hour ago. Butler's torn. He doesn't. Texas isn't as in it as maybe they want to be, but he is going back and forth between Washington and Arizona. I believe that Arizona is still in it. So Friday is the last day for high school guys to decide. Transfer portal you could drag out. So I'm assuming that we're going to know about Butler tomorrow or Friday.
Oh, so your guy Scott Schlittenhart, your right-hand man, your source on the inside, could be right about this one.
Arizona could absolutely wind up landing Butler.
All right, the pass rusher from Texas. I'll be honest with this guy. I know very little about him. What do I need to know?
I see him probably redshirting. I think he needs to get a little stronger, but he's a guy they like. I mean, look, I know I keep saying that, but he's one of these guys where he's big, he's long, but he's not strong enough yet. He's only 220 pounds, almost like a Russell Davis type of deal, right. Where you know that once he puts on that weight, he's going to be really good. But again, we talk about other offers. So he's a 3-star. We don't have him ranked very highly, but Houston, Kansas State, San Diego State, Washington State, Tulane. It's not a bad offer list.
No, I'll take it. Again, these are good offers. By the way, I'm tweeting out Michael Lev, the latest member of the Back the A movement. Sheer, will you retweet this right now, please?
Absolutely.
All right, yeah.
You got a call from a 1-800 number. Is that you?
No, but I got 3 straight calls today from a 1-800 or this Trico Electric crap. Do you ever get these people?
I don't answer any phone call that I don't know.
All right, well that's
Dude,
probably
you know what this is?
What?
Oh, it's a recall notice.
For your car?
No, for like food. Oh, I know what it is.
What'd you eat? Is that from the is that because of the farting jokes?
No, dude. Granola bars were recalled. Quaker Oats granola bars have been recalled.
Quaker
they
Oats.
Have salmonella in them. And my girls, you probably had a granola bar for lunch, huh, Brie? Yeah, Brie has salmonella now.
No, I don't. I don't even eat granola bars.
She's farting profusely.
I was going to say, are you farting out granola bars at this moment?
She's sick.
No, she doesn't eat granola bars.
Oh, all right. Just be, come on. Just put her on the screen real quick and just let's be on. Come here, Bree. Come here.
Looks like a rat.
Come here. You look beautiful. Come here.
Come here. We need to talk about this for a second. Come here. Come here.
I know. Hey, Bree plays flag football.
All right, Bree. Why do you not like fart jokes?
Because it's disgusting.
Tell him he's disgusting. Tell him that you wish you were the one that broke his finger.
Oh,
yeah.
You want to hear what a great person I am? I could have sued the crap out of Sheer about 10 years ago. I actually could have. Here's the deal. So this is back before
Sheer told this story before.
I have not. This is before I was fired, before Sheer fired me. So anyways, we used to meet and Sheer would give me my paycheck each month. And it would be the Circle K on Mountain and Fort, or no, it was a rival company. Don't say it. We don't say the name on this show. Another place, an inferior rival. And so anyways, I have my finger in the window and then Aurora, his oldest daughter, rolls the window up, literally rolls the window up. My finger was hanging. I had to get stitches from this. I literally got the paycheck and then ran back and used it all for the emergency room copay. That's exactly what happened.
You have a scar?
I do have a scar.
Hell yeah. Good job,
So,
bro.
anyways, you're lucky I didn't sue you. You're lucky because I certainly could have. All right, now, okay, let's see here. All right, Aaron Butler though. That would be very, very nice. All right, who else do we need to get to here? Charlie Cromwell. First of all, everybody in Oregon has 10,000 3-star tight ends in the state. This is the latest one. Charlie Crowell, excuse me. Cromwell.
He's my favorite interview in the whole class. He actually got back to me because he didn't think his answers were good enough for me. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't think I've ever had a kid do that.
Wow.
He's going to redshirt. He's the one that told me he's going to redshirt, which is awesome. The fact that he's open to it and is all about it. Really great kid. I think and again, multi-sport athlete playing basketball right now. Great kid, great family. I think he's going to be a good one.
All right, Michael Salgado Medina. First of all, maybe the coolest name ever. Probably one of the coolest names on the team outside of Big Bill Norton. I'm all about bringing in kickers. I have Kevin Woodman and I used to fight all the time. Kevin comes from that Neanderthal mindset that you don't bring in kickers. You don't waste a fourth string safety on a kicker. I say, not only do I bring in kickers, I'm okay with having 2 scholarship kickers. They mean too much.
Tyler Loop's gone in a year anyway. You got to bring in a kicker. This kid's the 5th best kicker in the country. There's some that he used to be ranked number 1 by like Chris Saylor. Yeah, give him a scholarship. I'm fine with it.
So you're okay with giving kickers scholarship? Kickers' lives matter too. We agree with that.
How could we cover Arizona and not realize the importance of a kicker? Like, how many games has Arizona football lost because of kicking?
I 1000% agree with you. All right, now we got one more player. I got to get one more read in. Then we're going to let Sheer sign off. But again, Joseph, great point. Sheer doing some Italian mafia type stuff, roughing me up on payday. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, you deserved it.
I did not deserve it. I deserve many things. I didn't deserve that. All right, Justin Hilkema. 6'8", 315 pounds, a mountain of a man. This fits right in with what Arizona tries to do with their offensive linemen, whether it's Tylen Gonzalez, whether that's Elijah Payne, whether that is Raymond Polito. Again,
his nickname is Moose, Mike. His nickname is Moose. That's it. That's all I need to say.
You know what? The only thing I don't like about him in his 24/7 profile?
Huh.
Go look on the 24/7 profile real quick.
Yeah, what about it?
There's something that I don't like about this. He has a Bass Pro Shops hat on.
No, no. He's fine. He's fine.
You're vouching for him?
Sure. Leave my guy alone.
All right. Do your daughters have Bass Pro Shop hats?
No, definitely not. We've asked Aurora this. She didn't understand the big deal either.
Jacob, do you have a Bass Pro Shop hat? Good. I bet you there's not many of those in Mesa. Is there a Bass Pro Shop?
Buy one for your child, Jacob.
Jacob, would you buy your lovely daughter a Bass Pro Shop hat when she's of age? Oh, Jacob is just shaking his head behind the scenes.
No, but is it Glendale that has that huge Bass Pro Shop?
That's where I was trying to remember. I think it's one of those cities in Phoenix. Bass Pro Shop hat on a no, I disagree with you here. It's cool.
Mesa. It's Mesa and Glendale.
Mesa. Jacob Franklin, come on, dude. You're not supporting. Here, get back in here. Come back in. Jacob Franklin, you do not have a Bass Pro Shop hat being from Mesa.
Jacob, I'm going to meet you there. I'll be in Glendale in a few hours. We'll meet at Bass Pro.
We'll meet up and buy some merch.
Chance you catch me in Glendale.
No, that's not true. The BetMGM Sportsbook app is in Glendale, is it not? Jacob Franklin, come back in here.
I do go to that. That is the one saving grace. The little Westgate.
Are we allowed to make?
There's one on North Dobson. It's open till 9 p.m.
No, I know. Yeah, I've been to that Bass Pro Shop plenty of times.
And you didn't get a hat.
No.
What's the point?
Jacob, are we allowed to talk about Glendale in terms of derision outside of the great BetMGM Sportsbook app, or no? All right, no, he says no.
Okay. Great.
Why would it? Yeah, no, I love Glendale. By the way, Bear Down Cats 96. Here's the deal. New rare Mike L on an O-line is perfect. I was fine with the BetMGM Sportsbook app. I was fine with the Bass Pro Shop hats until everybody started wearing them, until I started seeing the gangsters with the bowl cuts walking around with Bass Pro Shop hats. I don't like
Dick
that.
Calisker just took his money back. He's pissed.
No, Dick, I'm telling you, man, I was cool with it before the kids started making it popular. That's all I'm saying. All right. Okay, real quick, OGs. Now, you might say Jacob Franklin. He just said he doesn't drink, but you know what Jacob Franklin might partake in, Jason Shearer?
Oh, geez.
Listen, man. I mean, you got kids. You know how it is. Sometimes it can be a little bit
I know
difficult
how
to
it is.
sleep, right? Oh, geez, my friends, to the rescue for the great Jacob Franklin and Jason Shearer and many, many others. All right, all kinds of good stuff. Ben White, as we've talked about, he likes the fruits and the creams. Very good stuff. To learn more about it, OG's mouthwatering options and upcoming deals, head on over to ogsbrands.com. There's something for everyone in the OG's lineup. You will thank me later. All right. Two things. We got to make fun of two things. We've done yeoman's work here, but we got to make fun of two things before we sign off. UCLA basketball sucks. They are terrible, and they will not get better. They got run out of the gym by Cal SUNY or whatever it is.
First of all, it's CSUN. Put some respect on their none. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to make the tournament. They don't have, I think it was Goodman that tweeted, like, they don't have a top 235 win.
Yeah, and they're not going to have many of those either. They stink.
Yeah, and I don't think, I'm trying to see.
ASU could beat UCLA this year.
They play Maryland on Friday. They have to win that game. They have to.
How many, if UCLA and ASU were to play each other 10 times, how many times would ASU win?
Well, I'll tell you this right now. According to KenPom, ASU and UCLA are basically the same team.
Jacob Franklin, how about that? If I were to tell you before the season, ASU, UCLA, even, would you have taken it? Yes or no? Jacob, look at Jacob, giving us no effort behind the scene, just a shrug. And our good Washington State friends. We gave you too much credit. We're talking about the Mountain West. They are off to the West Coast Conference. Shearer, when you sent me that tweet, I am still not recovered from how hard I laughed at that.
Yeah, and it's a full schedule. Like basketball, they are full members of the conference for basketball for the next 2 years. So good luck with that.
I don't make fun of Oregon State as much because I like our good buddy, the Digital Dam. He's actually a very funny follow. Oh, by the way, you can't just walk into Dollar General Arena and beat Cal State Northridge. That's very Dick Talisker, man. You were very let's see. Glendale, yes, I will say this. There are BetMGM Sportsbook app, very nice place. And Westgate is very cool as well. Glendale/Westgate is Wildcat Country. Bear down, back the A. All right. Unlike some people like Jason Shearer, I have to work twice today. And there's two shows. No show tomorrow, though, unfortunately. Jacob Franklin says that I can't work because that means more work, more stress for the producers, which I get. But just know that I would do 10 shows a day if I could. But on that note, also, hey, Jacob, pull those shirts up real quick. And for the people that have been asking me about where the shirts are, they're going to get to you. Don't worry. They were inundated, and I'm not making this up. They were inundated with orders. They're working on it. So again, get these. Go to PHNX, become a diehard, Discord, all kinds of cool stuff, and full access to Jacob Franklin as well. Now, Jason Shearer, where can they find you?
WildcatAuthority.com, Wildcat Scoop podcast with my wife Shelby, and at Jason Shearer on Twitter, and at the Footprint Arena here in about 2-3 hours.
By the way, Jake, I had no clue. Jake, I had no clue who your stepfather was. If it's your stepfather, what the relation is. But I will say this: whenever anybody asks me who the best lineman is in school history, it ain't Scooby Wright. It ain't anybody like that. It's Rob Waldrop, my buddy. All right. On that note, we're signing off. Safe travels. Hit the Circle K on the way up there. I expect Bruce pictures as well. Getting Bruce and tell Bruce to stop ignoring my text. You notice how he responds to yours and not mine in group?
I'm very important.
I don't like it. All right. But on that note, we're going to be back with you. Gosh, what time's Arizona, Alabama going to tip off? 9:30?
Probably.
All right. Well, we're going to be on at about 11:30 or so. Stay up. By the way, did I see that Emma is producing, Jacob? Yes. Emma, one of my 3 favorite people in the entire company, the great Emma Clark. All right. On that note, though, for sure, drive safe. I'm Mike Luke. There's never been a better time to back the A. Go Cats. And Back the A Alabama roll call will be coming out shortly. You've been listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.